This week's pack is called Exploring Southern Burgundy. And you know, I have to admit, Burgundy is expensive. It's kind of discouraging actually. Burgundy to me sometimes, like, I want it so badly, but I can't afford to drink it. But before we go into all of that, Burgundy is the holy grail of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir in the world. I mean, you tell a Willamette Valley producer of Pinot Noir, your wine tastes like Burgundy, and it's the biggest compliment you can give them. If you're in California and you're like, this Chardonnay from Sonoma Coast is amazing, I find it restrained, and I love the Burgundian qualities, people are blown away by the compliment. So let's start at the beginning. Burgundy is challenging, and there are so many things to learn, so it's a daunting kind of thing. And don't feel frustrated if you know nothing about Burgundy, because over the course of our weekly tastings, you might learn a thing or two. So, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Gamay, unbelievable grapes, and they grow in Burgundy. This region was basically underwater. It was a seabed, and then also it's on a fault line, and so you have all these soil types that are like building up in this Burgundy region, and then these plates shift and it essentially turns these soils on their side. And so you have side by side these like teeny little morsels of vineyards that are cut up, and basically that's Burgundy, like chalk, limestone, clay, side by side. Anyway, we're going to explore the southernmost part in Burgundy, and we're really specifically talking about Beaujolais and Macon and places where you find value, where you can serve a dinner party for, 40 people and say, I am having a Burgundy party. Florent, Descombe, Chenas. And this is a red wine from Beaujolais. Beaujolais, southernmost region in Burgundy. Actually, the Gamay grape was planted throughout all of northern Burgundy, and then kind of got pushed south as they discovered that Gamay grows really, really good on granite soils, the soil in Beaujolais. Anyway, this wine is from this region or cru in Beaujolais called Chenas, and Chenas is named after these tree forests. I find this is amazing. Granite, gunflint, sort of smoky red wine with minerality. So it's like Pinot Noir, but with a little bit more guts, like a little bit more body. Bacon cherry cheeseburger, and this wine is pretty damn good. The technical tasting notes, light red, almost like transparent, you can kind of read through it. Has red fruit, it's like cranberries and cherries and pomegranate, but it's floral, definitely. So rose petals and violets, orange zest, medium bodied, sort of that tartness that you expect in a really good Burgundy. Maybe a little bit smoky, but smooth tannin. And I would say overall, like that lingering finish that just says like, oh yeah, I want another sip, so I will. Wine number 2, it's a Macon Village, 2015. So this wine is Domaine Chenevieres, and this is a Chardonnay grape, but it's grown in the southern region of Macon. And listen, I hate Chardonnay. I hate oaky, rich wine. You've heard that comment before, right? Like, no Chardonnay, anything but Chardonnay. So like, I get it, you hear Chardonnay and you just think like clumsy, heavy, intense, rich. This is the opposite. So Burgundy is where Chardonnay grows best. However, it does not always have to have oak. So this is unoaked, dry, crisp, fresh Chardonnay. So you might have to buy this pack just so you can say, I've had Chardonnay without oak. Anyway, I feel like it's apple, pear, winter citrus, a little bit of like this creamy mouthfeel, and like texturally it's Chardonnay, but it doesn't have that clumsy kind of vanilla flavor that you might have made you say you hate Chardonnay. Damn, it's a really good bottle of wine. Wine number 3. We're back to red wines, and in this pack, it's all about comparing and contrasting because you have a Gamay and a Chardonnay and a Gamay and a Chardonnay, but really they're from different regions throughout Burgundy. So we have this thing in Burgundy called appellations. Actually, we have this thing in France called appellation, but you should know that appellation means place. And the place where this grape is grown, or these grapes are grown, is called Coteaux Bourguignons. Basically, it's a way of saying Burgundy hillsides. So this is Ernest Meurgey-Perron, and it's his Pinot Noir and Gamay blend. So it's mostly Gamay, 80%, 20% Pinot Noir, but basically it drinks like Pinot Noir, which is why I picked it. You know, listen, Pinot Noir is not cheap to grow. It's very expensive, it's very fickle, and as a result, you have to charge a premium for Pinot Noir. But this one, if you look at it, it's lighter than the first red in the pack. It's more of like a cranberry and strawberry and like rose petal on the nose, but the tannin is like super silky. And the acidity is really fresh and high. So I'm thinking like duck breast with like orange zest and pomegranate seeds and maybe like a little bit of fennel, and this would be a perfect pairing. Cedric Lathuiliere Beaujolais Blanc. So did you know that they make white wine in Beaujolais? Beaujolais is just a region. This is 100% Chardonnay. Kind of like the first one in this pack. This wine is Chardonnay with judicious oak, light oak. You know, listen, oak is a vessel that they use to age white wine, and the white wine just seeps deep into the pores of this barrel, and it can get flavors of like cloves, cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg. If you use some oak, you get like a little gentle spice. If you use a lot of oak, meaning you put all of your white wine in oak, you'll get a really heavy flavor. What I love about this wine is that you get all of the intensity of like textural oak, but without a lot of oak flavor. It's so good. The soil in this region in general is more limestone and granite and minerals, so like every single time you taste any of these wines in the pack, you just feel that like nice salty lick of like earth and minerality. So I'm gonna go roast chicken, serve it with some morel mushrooms, maybe a little stinky cheese, and pair it with this wine.